Welcome to the podcast. With me today is my good friend from Massachusetts and his excellent brother friend, Corey, ready to talk some zombies. These fucking psychos here. Experts on zombies, actually. Shaun of the Dead actually made a short zombie film. Right? Remember that? You made a short zombie film.
I love that flick. That was a good flick.
That was good.
Thank you. A couple good shots in there, you know? Much better than the shots in Army of the Dead. at least
I'll tell you what, if that motherfucker hired me, he would have had a better movie.
Yep, that's damn right.
I'm pretty sure Warner Brothers might have actually bought it.
Yeah, they might have bought that script.
Maybe it didn't get thrown away to Netflix. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it was a gimme to Netflix.
Neither here or there.
That's all it was. Quick money. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Neither here or there.
Let's go down the line. And let's talk a little bit about Army of the Dead first. What did you guys think of the movie first? Let's get that established. And then we'll go into what we thought of Dawn of the Dead and how they compare and contrast. So what do you think of Army?
Boy. Alright, Army of the Dead. Alright, so there's this weird concept, right? Nowadays, I don't know what the ideology is about zombies, but apparently in the year 2021, zombies have alien DNA. At least that's what I got from this Army of the Dead.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous. I don't know what the fascination is with these zombies that are just superhuman fast, all this type of, that makes no damn sense to me. If you literally take the consensus of what a zombie movie is, it's a virus that takes over the human body. Right? And what do we know about viruses? Hell, we're in the middle of a pandemic. What do we know about it? It sure as hell doesn't enhance you. It's not a superhuman drug. It's not something from outer space. It's a virus. And what is a virus
until the
do?
government gets involved?
Well, I mean, yeah, that's neither here or there. But what does a virus do? A virus attacks your immune system. It kills you. What does a zombie virus do? From the beginning of the George A. Romero's, all the way down, his films, all the way, absolutely, and all the way down to the Walking Dead, which absolutely was hands down the best.
I guess we have Chuck.
The best idea of how zombies should act, honestly, in my opinion, because George A. Romero, obviously, he pioneered it, he started it, and his idea of it, the slow moving, the brain dead, I get it. I mean, that made sense. That goes along with the rhetoric of what an actual virus does to a human body. It doesn't superhumanize you. It actually starts to kill you. That's what a virus does. It attacks your immune system.
Yeah,
so if you're going to sit here and say it's going to mutinize you, what are we? Is this Marvel?
Okay, wait, no. That's where 48 Days comes in.
Yeah, but listen,
that started the trend of the running zombies, though. 28 Days.
I get that. Yeah. Now, look, if we're going to talk about running zombies, the Dawn of the Dead, his original film of the George A. Romero remake.
Oh yeah.
Now that was great. You can actually have these guys. Let's say that they're infuriated with some sort of virus that, I don't know, tweaks their brain to the matter that it's almost like the effects of some sort of
hyper-aggression.
Yeah, like some sort of like a weird toxin that, some sort of drug, like something like what's that called, the alligator thing, whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, the lizard part of the brain.
Like it makes you go crazy, right? I understand that, and the running and all the tweaking of the muscles, that makes sense. But when you start making these motherfuckers like mutants, that's just retarded. It's absolutely retarded. And if you want to think about this new film in regards to his last film or his first zombie film, hands down, that first film was amazing. It's like actually took thought and he followed George A. Romero's script, who was absolutely the pioneer of these films. And the idea of zombies, he absolutely just killed it. I mean, he owns it. There's not one individual director going forward from that point onward that can literally say that they changed or made it better, because you did. Simple. He made it. He was a
Corey thing. Take a moment. What's Corey thing?
Shut him up. But
here's I'm not that. Well, the thing is, though, also off of that, you know what I'm saying, how do we not know this is not forced evolution? Yeah. Like, we don't really understand the concept of certain viruses. We know certain percentages of the brain. and how it works and how it does things, But at the same time, what happens if that virus forces the evolution of man? You know what I'm saying?
And they become
I don't know.
the alien.
And we got alien component DNA in it. Bruh, come on, that's like an unknown factor. That's a variable that we can't calculate.
But that's
Can we just
Army of the Dead. Yeah, but we're talking about Army of the Dead, the movie, right? It doesn't
Can we
go
point
into
out
that.
the fact that this is supposedly a sequel to Dawn of the Dead?
Yeah.
Where was this alien idea? Where did that come from?
No. The thing that's killing me.
It wasn't in Dawn of the Dead. Where did that come from?
The time loop, bro. Like, how the hell are you gonna sit there and have people that are dressed the same as your main cast sitting there like, yo, these are our bones. This might be us. We might be caught in a time loop, bro. Where did you devolve that from? Come on. Really?
It just feels like it was thrown in last second. Like as they were making the fucking movie, he's coming up with stuff as they're shooting the scenes. You know?
I'll definitely agree with that.
It really feels like that.
Point out that in the beginning of the film, 4 highly trained Marines,
Can't shoot this fucking thing. Yeah.
Rangers, they couldn't kill this guy. They couldn't shoot him, but a cook.
Yeah.
But a cook can kill him.
Shot.
I mean, he's over here walking. You see him jumping over the slot machines, and he's just boom, 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 boom. But highly trained. Are you kidding me? Highly trained killers can do this. Where was your concept of following timeline? Like, none of that makes sense. His first film, absolutely outstanding. I actually rewatched it afterwards because I was so disappointed. And like I said to you earlier when we spoke on the phone, I was more amused by what was going on in TikTok than I was on the damn movie. It was so boring, and it was because it was so far fetched, and there was no storyline. You got a bits and pieces like, oh, he was a cook, he did this, he abandons people.
His daughter doesn't like him.
Right. I mean, like, how simple and boring was it?
Yeah.
Like, it was disappointing. Now,
Dad, I need you till I have to go and do my thing and tell a story about it.
It was stupid. Now the idea of it, don't get me wrong, it could have been good. It just wasn't. And it did not hit the mark. If you're gonna do a movie like this, make it count. Don't make it drag on. What was it? 2 hours and like fucking 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, what? There's no backstory in 2 hours and 35 minutes? Are you kidding me? Take the first hour and let us know who these characters are. Yeah, who cares if the movie's trash? At least develop a storyline.
Yeah. Let's get to know the characters. Let us, give a little emotional value with the lead.
Hell, we had more of a storyline about Scorpion, who was the millionaire, than we did any of the other characters.
Yeah,
it was like.
That's actually fact.
Dude, it was like, come on, man. I was highly disappointed.
And if you compare it to Dawn of the Dead, like, they established the characters in like the first 15 minutes of the movie. And you learned everybody.
That was my shit, bro. I love that bro.
Yeah.
Well,
the thing, the first freaking 10 minutes, you got a little girl.
The posse
Jump over the middle of the hallway, and she's like a zombie, and she's coming for the door.
I beg to differ on you, though. They did not establish all the characters in the beginning. They did establish the nurse.
The main
but that's about it.
Yeah.
They didn't establish ever the cop, Bing Rames, who he is amazing in anything he does.
Yeah.
This was like right off of the Pulp Fiction films. Like, this was great. You know what I mean? Like,
don't.
I'm not. I'm saying Bing Rames was great, and he was absolutely casted perfectly. But we never heard his backstory. Generally, we just knew that he had a brother, and he was going to look for him. That was it. The girl, the blonde, I forget her name. What was her name? I can actually look it up right here. Her name was
Sarah Colby?
No, the blonde. What was her name? It's actually not on IMDb. That's interesting. But anyways, the blonde we knew as the nurse, right? And then, is that her name?
Yeah.
Whatever. And she was great right off the get-go. So, like, we established that scary, that whole, like, oh, this is intense, right? Because this little girl, we don't know how it happened. And this little girl attacks this, her husband.
No, that was fire. Straight up.
It attacked her husband in a very, very, like, supposed thought of a safe place. They were in their home.
Yeah, she treated that man like a Slim Jim, bro. She equally.
Oh, it was like intense and scary. There was not one moment in this film where I was like, oh shit. None of that. And you have a zombie horror film without
There's no horror. There's no horror.
There we go. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Like, what was the factor? What was the? You know what I'm saying? Like, even on reviews,
I can tell you right now,
it was all just plot progression. That's all it felt like.
I can tell you right now, Screenbox wouldn't play this movie.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Hell no. Hell no. They would not play this film. There's no way. Absolutely. This film was not scary. It wasn't. I mean, Walking Dead, I was like, oh, damn. Oh, did you see that? Oh!
I think the only part in Army of the Dead that I thought was any cool, like, was the fucking tiger biting that dude's head off. That was about it. I was like,
you know why that was good?
Yeah.
That was good because we all know the storyline behind that tiger. And the tiger ate that dude's face off.
Yeah, even the tiger got more storyline than the characters. Like, seriously?
Right. I mean, that's why the tiger was dope.
Yeah.
Plus, when was the last time you seen a zombie tiger?
Can I point out something? There's one thing that we actually we noticed when we watched it for a second time. The main character, what's his name? Zeus? Or whatever.
Oh, the super zombie?
Project Zeus, or whatever whatever that guy was in the beginning. He was the guy with the mask, right? The helmet.
Wait, I got a good one for that.
What hair grew?
Why does he look like freaking one of the freaking Sauron's enemies, one of the Sauron's guys from Mordor and shit, bro? Like, seriously.
Yeah.
I'm like, is he from Lord of the Rings, bro? Like, is it Mordor or some shit?
Yeah.
It was just,
like, bro,
I don't know what he was doing. You know, I was watching one of your videos. I think it was actually your rebuttal on that film, and you pointed out a good thing. Like simple, like what is he doing? Like, where was he going with this? Like, it literally felt like he took the idea of this heist, and it felt like he listened to all of his fan base and was like, oh, just make it all action, the whole thing action. It was like, what happened to actually enticing viewers to want to watch your film?
What happened to making a good film? Like, what happened to that?
Like, he was trying to make another copy of Ocean's 11 meets Zombies and shit
like I feel like if he made 300 again, it would suck.
I feel like, yeah.
It would suck.
Yeah.
And that was amazing. No, that film, amazing. And what was the other one that I mentioned to you? That was my favorite Zack Snyder film, hands down, other than Dawn of the Dead, of course, was Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We saw that in theaters.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's right. You have all that crazy-ass shots like you did in this film, but you had backstory.
And half the lens flares.
And you drew attention. But this one, I mean, what's going on?
You got that.
There you go.
What? I had Zack Snyder do it.
Ooh, I feel like his wife got involved with this film and just decided to. She said, "I'm going to go ahead and take this camera and go ahead and film half of this." Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Someone who doesn't have an expertise, like, how do you go from making a movie the way you did in Dawn of the Dead? Superb movie. I don't know. I can't think of a better movie that was in regards to zombies.
A remake?
Set then. Yeah. And it was a remake, but I can't think of a better movie other than, 28 days, or 21, or whatever it was, 28 days later was good, and The Train to Busan was good.
Ooh, yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
But nothing compared to that film. That film, to this day, I literally showed my father this the other day, and he watched it with me right after the Army of the Dead, and he thought it was a new movie because it just holds up to this day. It's an amazing film.
It looks great.
Everything about it was great. You had the gore.
Yeah.
You had the character. Yeah, practical effects between CGI. If you make a horror movie and you're doing it all in CGI, that's the wrong mindset.
Yeah. How's Army of the Dead going to age 5 years from now, you know?
It's not. I guarantee you it's going to fall off the radar by the end of the year.
Yeah, probably. That's how I'm feeling, too.
Facts. Like, what is it? Bunny Rabbit or whatever it is, B-Rabbit 2 is going to probably do better than that.
Or Space Jam.
I mean, well, yeah, you're absolutely right. We know Space Jam's going to.
It's going to be lit.
I saw the trailer. I didn't think it was going to like me because I'm not a big LeBron fan. I'm a Celtics fan, obviously. True to the Lakers. But it looks dope. I'm not going to lie. And entertaining. So, I mean, the first one was great, but yeah, anyway, I'm definitely disappointed with this first one. I actually think that even though he spent, what was it we looked up? He spent, 7 years on it?
Well,
Is that how long?
He had 7 years writing the script for Army of the Dead, right?
I'll be real with you. I think a lot had to do with that. What's his name? That comedian,
D'Elia. Yeah.
D'Elia. I think a lot of his scenes were shot with a lot of those other actors.
Of course.
And I think a lot of those good scenes ended up being reshot with a green screen and were deleted into a lot of the integrity.
Are you talking about
We got to release the Snyder cut of Army of the Dead now.
talking about very
right? Snyder cut. Where's the Snyder cut? As long as it's not 5 hours freaking long.
Look, y'all might call this, but I did like the Justice League Snyder cut better than the original.
It felt like I got more story out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
For 4 hours, you better have more story. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Absolutely.
better.
As long as we make it widescreen and get rid of that 4x whatever it was.
what the litter box
The
shit?
headspace, like the fucking.
Yeah, bro. Like, what happens if you get a Enchantress with a giant headdress on that bitch again? Like, you want to cut that shit out?
Holy cow, man. I mean, what are your thoughts on the original? I mean, I know that you made a review on it, but what are your thoughts on the original film? How did you think that compared to this first one? And why? But I'll be honest with you, I have not, other than what you said in like a couple different news articles and yada yada, different outlets. Why is this a follow-up? How does it even make sense to be a follow-up?
Yeah, Zack originally made this script like back after Dawn of the Dead was made, right? And Warner Bros. Didn't fucking follow through with it at all because they read it, right? And and Netflix buys it, and he has to change a bunch of things that would have tied into Dawn of the Dead. So it is a new movie in itself. It doesn't tie into Dawn of the Dead at all.
Do you think Netflix had its own initiative into what they thought this film should be, and their producers were like, hey, all this ideology that you have of this film, we're going to go ahead and 86 that?
Well, yeah, because they don't own the rights to Dawn of the Dead. You know, they don't own
like
it. Warner
what
Bros.
they did with the original Suicide Squad?
What?
He's gonna say that.
Oh, I'm going to go into that too. But like what Warner
Brothers.
Brothers did to the, I forget the director's name.
David.
The guy, Training Day.
David. Yeah.
But he has what, like 3-4 hours worth of footage of actual like tense drama setting scenes of Jared Leto, which I'm assuming that's why the guy decided to join the film. He didn't join the film for the 16 minutes he was in it. There's no way he did that.
I mean, it's supposed to be an actual fluff piece between Harley Quinn and Jared Leto's character, a Joker.
Yeah.
Margot Robbie and Jared Leto, and it was supposed to be more explanation on their relationship and how it worked.
Yeah.
And that was never put into that film. That's why basically that's
that's what I'm saying. Do you think Netflix did this with Zack Snyder's film? Do you think they were like, hey,
you got to cut this down. This can't be 3 hours long.
Yeah, that's why I have this strong feeling
I mean,
that
seriously?
the alien. How do you say his name? Because you say it great. I can't.
Whose name?
He'll butcher the name.
I butcher names, dude. I'm not good at it. What's the comedian that got hit for the sexual allegation? D'Elia. Yeah. First off, it's an allegation, bro. I'm not going to go into it. Okay? Don't cut a dude for an allegation. I'm so tired of that ideology. Anyways, I'm sure that because just like what did Batista say? He said that he goes, I never met this woman, this comedian. Yeah. She didn't do that bad. I'm not gonna call her out. She did okay she had no one around her. She did pretty good. I thought it was okay. And they dubbed her in with the CGI. But like he said, he literally made a comment and says, I wish I met her. I wish I knew her. So to me, there was no like
chemistry. There's nothing
chemistry between the characters. So like, what actually was filmed with Chris?
I bet similar scenes, but I bet his delivery was better, right? Because he was interacting with them on the set. He was right there.
Right, but if you look at a lot of scenes that she's filmed, and a lot, like I would say, probably 85% of her shots, she was by herself. Mm-hmm. Okay, some of them they dubbed in with them because you could see them in the background and whatnot. But a lot of the time, she was by herself. Yeah. So Chris was interacting with the character. There's no way he wasn't, dude. He's hilarious. This guy's hilarious. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So if you ever watch his podcast and when he talks about the film prior to him getting 86 from it, Like, he was all about it. He was so stoked. So you know this guy was, like, intensely involved. So my question is, because Netflix is so, you know what I'm saying? They probably dumbed it down. Like, I feel like they did, because hence what happened to Justice League. Their producer dumbed it down. Clearly. They told him what to do. He literally has to go by the guidelines. Now, I know that he did the filmography, or however you say that. He's the one that held the camera. He directed it. He also, he did all the stuff himself, which, I mean, hey, bro, you want to try it yourself, that's fine, but you got to get someone else's input, too.
It goes back to the thing where, like, is every other Zack Snyder movie, like, that good because of the team he's working with, because of the people he has? Like, he had Larry Vaughn shooting his movies. They look amazing. Right. He doesn't have it on Army of the Dead.
That's so funny.
But let's get back to the look of Army of the Dead. What do you think about the way Zack Snyder shot the movie? Like, I feel like it looks horrible. I might be a little harsh on that. But
I feel like he tried to take a page out of Jerry Bruckheimer's Bad Boys 3, which was trash. I feel like
stop the fight. Stop the fight.
I feel like he was like, I watched that film and was like, I think I can recreate that shit.
Yeah. I could one up that.
I can do that, but I can do this better. And it was like, not so much.
Somebody should have told him that it wasn't working. You know what I'm saying? And he tried it out in the Joker scene in Justice League. Like, you see the same type of, like, style in that scene at the end of that movie, where it's going in and out of focus on these characters. It just doesn't work for a whole movie. It works for maybe a scene where, like, the character gets knocked out or something like that, and that would make sense. Like, it's all fuzzy and shit like that. That would make sense. But a whole movie of it just, like, look horrible. Yeah.
But you know what? If you think of the ideology, and I keep saying that, but if you think of the way that he probably thought about this, if you think of how the zombie is, right? So what is the zombie itself in this film? This film is, the zombie is this super creation, right? He's got this mutated gene in his body that created this super being, right? So he's got these super shots. Yeah. You feel me? Like, I feel like he's like trying to emphasize the strength and the power of these characters, and it's like, it's still a fucking zombie.
Yeah.
This dude, what is a zombie? What do we know what a zombie is? An actual term of a zombie.
I understand a zombie. Old school, the most horrific shit you can think of. The nowadays movies, Apex Predator.
Yeah, that's a good point, Corey. Like, zombies today are apex predators. Back in the day, they were just commentary on consumerist culture.
Yeah, it's like, well, zombies coming. Shambles little baseball bat.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's, holy shit, I gotta run.
So the exact Google definition of what a zombie is. It says, corpse said to be a corpse, dead. Okay, like no life at all. Said to be revived by witchcraft in certain African or Caribbean religions.
Here's where I step in.
Where you get this ideology, again, with the term, of a mutant superhuman that knows and grows hair and has babies that, hey, I can wear a head plate because I'm not going to die from a bullet.
Why can't the bullet go in the eye hole? Or, like, why can't they shoot him from the back? You know, it's like
every bullet hits the exterior of the eyeballs? Yeah, I've noticed that.
It's crazy. But, go back to Walking Dead. They nail zombies because they really are decomposing corpses, right? Like, they don't pull on punches with that. These things are falling apart as they're walking.
And with the old...
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
And you notice Zack Snyder really likes zombie babies. I don't know what his fascination with it is. It's in Dawn of the Dead, and he has one in Army of the Dead. And, like, why does the alpha zombie have these human prisoners that are females? Is he trying to impregnate them? I don't know what the fuck's going on there. Like, why does he want a bunch of zombie babies? What is going on? Like, I don't know what that adds. What does it add? I don't know.
All right, so we're looking at from evolutionary standpoint. If they're an apex predator, they're going to want to multiply.
Yeah.
They're going to want to populate. They're going to want to, what do they call that?
But all they got to do is bite somebody to multiply, right? All they got to do is bite. Yeah.
But this is the alpha.
Alpha.
He wants purebred.
Yeah. That's not decomposing. Yeah.
Exactly. So What happens?
Well, that's why they brought in that. What's that guy from Sons of Anarchy? That's the guy where they brought him in, and then they were like, "Oh, we're not gonna kill you. We're gonna hold you until the Alpha comes to bite you and turn you into yada yada."
Yeah.
Well, if that was the case, why wasn't this guy like awesome? This dude was a punk, and he just got punked, right? Like it was like, boom, he died like that. Like, okay, if they made such a huge deal out of him meeting the Alpha and him getting bit by the Alpha and turning it, and there was zilch about him.
Put yourself in the place of a zombie. Would you go around biting everybody? You go around biting everybody?
But no, I mean, I'm saying I'm speaking on the thought process behind Zack Snyder with the Alpha Zeus biting this douchebag that we knew from the get-go. I mean, look, from the beginning of the film when we met that character, the guy was a douche. So he stood out as the douche from the entire film.
Yeah,
I do remember that.
You know what I'm saying? He was literally like...
But remember, this is mixed with alien DNA, so we really don't know the whole story.
I know, but I mean, if you're
but
going to...
that's the fucking problem with the movie, you know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
You tell me what it is. You have 2.5 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
It's not a real zombie movie, bro. I'm an open-minded individual.
I gotta go look up a Zack Snyder interview to figure out what the fuck's going on in this movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck?
He sat in an office and he was like, he pitched the idea. He goes, "Yo, Warner Brothers didn't want this, but here's my idea." And they go, "Oh, that'd be great, but you know what would be better? Let's make them fucking badass. Let's make them like involved with aliens. Let's give them alien DNA, superhuman, and let's make them badass." And he was like, "Okay, but that's not kind of what I was going for." And they're like, "Well, fuck it. If you want us to pay for it, that's what you're going to do." And he's like,
$90 million.
"I got bills to pay, so sure."
Yeah. Movie cost $90 million, by the way. All right.
90 million? I did. I read that. Like, are you kidding me?
Yes.
Are you absolutely kidding? How much did the other
like $90 million?
No, not at all. How much did Dawn?
Maybe 11.
I'm gonna look it up right now. Dawn of the Dead.
It's less than, I think. I think it's less. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's a greater movie.
Yeah. It might be more. I don't know.
Like, I don't know, just the premise of the whole alien DNA being interjected. Because, like, in all honesty, like in actual real life, there is a root. Like, you gotta ask like people from like Haiti and whatnot. There is an actual root that basically dulls down the receptors in the brain to make you easily how do they call that, subjective.
I don't know that.
I go deep in it. I go real deep. Real deep. But there is a that actually modifies your mental capacity to understand your self-preservation, and you're just like, okay, I'll do whatever you say.
Are you kidding me? Are you ready for this?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Dawn of the Dead's budget, the remake, 2004, 26 million.
Are you kidding me?
Yo,
Better. Wow.
6 absolutely looks better. $26 million.
Just to shoot
That's
the movie.
a quarter of the fucking film of the trash that he just put out. Are you kidding me?
That's
so okay. I understand.
I know. I'm kind of speechless right now. I'm reading this. Are you kidding me?
I get that shit. Like people want more money and everything like that, but for Dawn of the Dead, at its price range, was amazing. Period.
Yeah. How much did this movie gross? Now it was in theaters, right? Or no, it was Netflix. Or did it go to theaters?
What?
I don't think I went to theaters.
I don't even know what's going on right now. Yeah.
Army of the Dead went to. Yeah, I know this. Army of the Dead went to about 300 theaters. It made over $700,000. Thousands.
Okay.
Thousands.
Dawn of the Dead grossed what? Now, given it wasn't in a pandemic, but it grossed $102.3 million.
And that's
the budget of 26.
Yeah. Dude, that's quadrupling your budget. You know.
What are we doing, America? Come on now.
That's a success. That's a big success for a movie of that size, you know, to me.
And literally, when I read this, Alex, I'm sitting here and I'm reading this, and it says, though some found it lacking in character development, excessively gory. It's a horror film. Oh my god.
It was no
And
more about that.
indifferent to the socio-political subtext of the original George A. Romero.
They literally put it in them all. I mean,
Look, the original. Look, Dawn of the Dead. They did do a really good nitpick at the original film with the elevator scene. That was funny because it was like a little pun. Do you remember when they all ran from the zombies into the elevator and it was like with the music?
Yeah.
If you knew the original film, you were like, oh, they're gonna open it. They're all gonna be there. But no, it didn't do that. But it was just a little quirk in it, and it was great. That small things he did from the very beginning of the film. He actually did the cover of the original George A. Romero right in the beginning where it zoomed into that X-ray of the dude's head.
Yeah.
He did homage to it, and it was like, dude, there were so many little nitpicks of the original George A. Romero film. This, bro, you should have just bought over some other property of a George A. Romero film, another one.
Land of the Dead. Just remake that one. Yeah.
Oh, Land of the Dead was.
Just remake that.
Even that remake
I made a joke about that.
was better than this.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I definitely watch that over this any day.
I will never watch this again.
I'm down because the poor guy's already dead, so he don't die first anyway.
But yeah, let's switch it to Dawn of the Dead and what makes that film so great. They'd say lacking on character development. I'm gonna call bullshit on that because
We call bullshit on that. Absolutely.
The security guard that you hate at the beginning of the film, by the end you're sad that he dies. You know what I'm saying? Like that's character development.
Badass. He blew himself up with a big ass propane tank just to save everybody.
He said,
Totally redeemed himself.
Hey, I got this. I'm like, bro.
That's great. That's actual character development. Yeah.
They also had a great soundtrack.
Oh, they did. Absolutely did.
Down
Johnny Cash in any horror movie.
Cash, come on,
great.
bro. You can't get come on, bro.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? I'll be real with you. If we go back to Army of the Dead, the only song that was good, they played Zombie at the very end of the credits.
Yeah. Little on the nose.
Made that his main song.
Yeah.
I think that's more of a home run. Like, bro, like what the?
I was kind of like, it was a little on the nose. You gotta put it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if we're talking about Dawn of the Dead, character development, the only characters that we don't know really much anything about.
Yeah, Andy, bro. Oh my god.
The only characters we don't much.
That was a lost
Andy
soul.
was great though. I mean, you didn't need to know much about Andy. You knew he was a gun shop owner.
Yeah.
The dude had a heart. He wanted a.
He had a sign.
Right, we got that. Right.
Come on, we got that new Ring Ring.
The only person that you didn't really see the background was the hot blonde.
Yeah.
Right, who was getting dicked down by the guy from All's in the Family or whatever that show is.
Mm.
So you didn't know her. You didn't need to know her. She's a stupid ass blonde. You know that she was going to get her ass killed. In every horror movie, the blonde gets killed. We knew that was going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Because if she's the secondary blonde and she's better looking than the main character with no storyline, we knew she was going to get. Absolutely.
Dude, I'd smash the shit out of Sarah Paul. She could get it
irrelevant
to the face.
She was going to get killed, and we knew that, so we didn't know. We didn't need to know her story.
Yeah, that's true.
The guy with the redneck hat, we didn't need to know his storyline. We knew he had a redneck hat, and what was he? A redneck.
If they remade that today, he'd be wearing a Trump hat, right? A little bit.
We are not going to get into that, my man.
Not go there, please.
Oh my god.
So my neck just got tight.
Oh my god.
Great timing. Great
And
timing.
what was the other one? The other one was the gay guy who was married to the. Was he the one? I think he was. He was the one that was married to the big fat woman, right?
You know, the one that just died without a name down.
The one that's in the wheelbarrow.
Who was the big fat woman? The wheelbarrow woman.
Yeah.
Right? He was married to her.
Yeah.
And he was gay.
Yeah, he was.
We all know why he was gay. I mean, I'm not gonna get into that, but we didn't need to know the backstory because it was a simple person who was going to get killed. But if you got characters like in Army of the Dead, who they're all going to last at least for a duration. I mean, hell, 2.5 hours. And there's no storyline behind them. Like, let me tell you what. That woman, the Hispanic woman who's the main actor, she died, and it was like, dead.
And I didn't even care about it. Didn't care.
I get like
Yeah.
okay.
The chamber chick that played what was her name? Samantha Wynn.
I'm like,
Chamber.
this is
Like
ridiculous.
I felt a little bit for her because the other dude crossed her, and he just like set her up, bro. And that was the only a little bit of feeling that I got out of that. Like, yes.
Dawn of the Dead was so much better. That was one of his first films. So
I mean, yeah,
He had
granted,
a lot
this
of
is
help
probably-
with it. You know, a lot of help.
he did, but he also had passion.
Yeah.
And I feel like after all of these movies, after all the hype, all the celebrity status that technically Zack Snyder has,
Now. Yeah.
he's literally lost his mindset.
Yeah.
At least I feel like he is. Maybe he just did this, like I said prior. Maybe it's Warner Brothers. Maybe it's Netflix. Maybe it's the producer, the guys that's funding this.
or
But
he just wanted to try some shit.
But I don't know. But his just what happened?
Yeah.
Like what happened? That movie had heart, bro. That movie was dope. Like I'll give you one instance, right? He had one scene where the guy fell down from the sewer, right? Broke his leg. And then the dude that we apparently in the beginning didn't give a shit about, who all of a sudden has a heart and he's like one of the biggest badass.
Yeah.
So he's dragging him, but Zack Snyder was like, yo, you know what would be dope? Give him 2 pistols, have him drag him through the water, and have him knock him down. Like, bro, there's some passion. When I saw that,
I was like, yo,
that's badass.
make sure this dude good. Please make sure this dude
Like,
good.
that shit's badass. Like, he thought about it. He's like, what can we do to make this scene better? Oh, give him 2 freaking pistols, drag him through the water, and have him knock these dudes down. Where was any of that passion in this film?
Yeah, all the action scenes were so bland. Like I felt like anyone could have did it. Like you could put anyone's name on that movie. You know what I'm saying?
Like, there were arcs where I'm sitting there seeing the zombies come up real close. Like what's his name? Batista's character was sitting there blasting, and he's blasting. These guys are pretty close. Then you cut to the next scene, and they're like freaking like 10, 20 feet away. I'm just like, wait, what?
Yeah. There's stuff cut out. I don't know how there could be stuff cut out of this 2.5-hour zombie film. Like,
I mean, maybe I watched too much cinema sins, but hey, come on, bro, you gotta tighten up on that.
And Dawn of the Dead, I didn't feel like there was anything cut out of that film. I felt like that was the tightest film you could make right there.
I'm probably gonna watch that. I'll probably gonna watch that when I get home.
Absolutely. And anybody that watches this, and at the end, you have to go watch it. Don't even bother watching it. It's disappointing. Go play one of the Resident Evil games. It's better.
Do the new one, sure.
I'm not a fan.
You have a fair
Bro, vampires, werewolves, stop it. Stop.
It's not Resident Evil anymore. It's never.
It's zombies, the T-virus. Werewolves and vampires.
Maybe I got like
That's
a boner.
podcast. It's a different podcast right there.
Look, I am a zombie fan. Huge into this shit since I was a kid. My father showed me the original George A. Romero black and white not Army of the Dead. Jesus, Dawn of the Dead. What you know what I'm saying? And I just no, it's not Dawn of the Dead. It was That's how many beers I've had. What the heck was it?
Dawn of the fucking Dead.
No, it wasn't Dawn. No, Land of the Living.
Night of
the Living Dead. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, amazing. They were held up in a farmhouse. They're slowly walking in. I mean, dude,
and the brother died last.
There was
I gotta put it in there.
It was great. I mean, like, I'm just so disappointed nowadays. Like, you know what? I'll be honest with you. We're gonna have another zombie film, and they're gonna have these mutant, superhuman zombies. Can we have Brad Pitt back and have that second film? World War Z 2?
Yeah.
That was a hell of a lot better than this one.
But they figured out how to get around the zombies. So what's going to be the plot?
No, but they stuck to the zombie idea.
Yeah. We'll just call it zombie code.
They stuck to the virus. It slowed them down. It made them dumb. And then even in in his one, it sped them up. But it was still the disease. It was still this. This was some alien crap. They started from the get-go. It was like, dude, you're running off of the idea of what zombies are supposed to be. This is not what it's supposed to be. And simple, plain, and outright, it was not a zombie film. Wait, I don't care how. It was an alien film.
Okay, let me say one thing. Let me say just one thing real quick. How would you feel if a movie remember that movie Evolution?
I do.
Okay, remember how the meteorite crashed to Earth?
Right.
What would happen if somebody gets infected from a meteor from outer space?
He would turn into a zombie with long hair. That's what would happen. That's what would, and he would live in Vegas with a queen, and he would have a baby, and he would.
Dude, that would have been a better opening, though, if you saw like, a
Probably.
meteor crash down. You know what I'm saying? Something.
I came up with that shit like 5 different.
You know what? That brings me back to I think Netflix had something to do with it. And I think he was like, I know I haven't read the original script. I don't even know if it's online. But I feel like they were like, you know what? Let's do this with the alien thing. Let's go ahead and incorporate it into the film. And Zack Snyder's like, sure. Let's see if I can do this.
You saw what Netflix put out something, like a tweet, and they're like, if you want to see the real Snyder cut, it's already there on Netflix. Army of the Dead. Like, it's like, they did that shit. Like, I don't believe them at all.
Yeah, it is confusing enough with the whole time thing, the time warp thing. And I can't keep. It's still plaguing my mind. It's just like, yo, that could have been us, and we might have died over again. I'm just like, bro, you just threw the whole storyline off right there.
Yeah. Like, I thought the movie was about fucking robbing a bank, robbing a fucking safe. Like,
all of a
now
sudden,
we're talking about Matrix shit.
Yeah, bro, like, what the hell? Oh, okay, are we going to go to multiverse? Wait, which universe are we in? Marvel? DC? What's going on here?
Well, can we point out the actual film was not about robbing a bank?
Yeah, it wasn't about getting safe at all. It was about getting some zombie heads.
It was about getting some zombie heads, bro.
Dude, what did it have been?
They cut out the long dick that was cut out.
Oh, yeah.
They cut out. Did you hear about that?
What?
He had a scene that was cut out by Netflix. They were like, we're good. But he had this long dick fucking dude that had a huge giant bite out of it. You know what I'm saying? And they cut it out. But like those little things that Zack Snyder incorporates into his film, that's why I think they had so much to do with this film.
Why are you so concerned with the meat?
It ain't the meat. It's the point. The point is
the meat.
No, the point is the tip. Okay, but the point is that
I'm done.
I feel like they done cut out a lot of his shit, and I feel like 5 years from now, Zack Snyder's gonna go online and go, "Hey, you want to see the Zack
real
Snyder
cut? Yeah.
The real cut of this bullshit film?" Like,
yeah. But not to defend my man though, but like at the same time, how many movies have you seen? Well, like, okay, remember The Exorcist?
The original?
Yeah. Okay, remember the director's cut?
Oh, yeah.
Way better. Like, straight up.
I mean, it was back in the day. The director's cut was just elongated versions of certain scenes.
Well, but the thing was, it added more to the story.
Correct.
To help you understand, and the freaking Exorcist scared the hell out of me.
Correct. But if this film is 2.5 hours long, original, and that's the original cuts from the Twitter account of Netflix, how long is the
the Supreme
Snyder cut? Like, that's gonna be another 4.5 hours.
There's an easy way to shorten up this movie too, right? Like,
yeah, don't make it.
Don't make it. That first. But the second thing you can do is that you can tell the team to go get you zombie heads, right? And the reward is anything that's in the safe. You know, he just gives them the passcode for the safe or whatever.
I would have been a plausible.
You know what I'm saying? Sure. You just tie those two things together, and then we're not having these branching paths, and we just have this one goal. You can cut a half hour of the fucking movie.
Or hit
at least.
Or take a cue from Resident Evil and be like, yo, the cure is inside the vault.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, this is something, bro. Like,
and why wouldn't the guy know how to, like, his combination to his own safe that he's letting these people go into? Like, why would they have to crack it? Like,
and can I point out the only practical effects that was done in this film, other than the makeup, was the tiger scene? I know the tiger was obviously CGI, but the tiger scene of him shredding this dude's face was the only practical effects. It was the only part of the film that looked like a horror film.
Yeah, great. I thought they were going to cut away, but they just straight up showed his head.
Oh, they did. Yeah, bro. That shit was fire, bro. Come on, now. That kid he chewed on that bro face like he had Facebook catnip, bro.
Now I know what they saw over in Vegas because that film is hidden. They won't release that shit. Yeah. I know. So
yeah. So what other thoughts do you guys have about this? Obviously, Dawn is better. Tighter film.
Yeah, I don't know anybody, even a fanboy.
Save the tiger.
Even a fanboy can sit here and logically give me reasoning behind why this was better.
Yeah, they can. They can. I've looked up some people that say it's better than Dawn, and they don't really give any good reasoning.
Their only idea behind it
Put
is
the pipe down. It is not going to be gone.
Crack pipe. You better put that crack pipe down.
Right.
I read a bunch of reviews, and the only thing that people are ranting about is the fact that there's more of a storyline, and that does not make sense to me.
Yeah.
I feel like these people that are writing these are fucking idiots, and they need to go back and watch Dawn of the Dead.
In all honesty, it actually felt more like a video game than a movie.
Yeah.
It felt like a cutscene from a film, a bunch of cutscenes. That's all it was.
That's what it felt like. It felt like some sort of like I'm just watching cutscenes from some video game, and I'm just like, okay.
You know what would have been great? Had they started the movie right when the dude opened the safe after the nuke dropped.
After the new, yeah, we did a reverse. Yeah,
That was more intense on the plane. I was like, oh, what's going to happen? Is he about to fight these dudes? That was the best part of the film.
Yeah, you know what? You're right.
That was the only suspense in the whole film.
but we don't even know what happens.
Yeah,
we don't know
We don't even know what the fuck happens.
Look, hey, look here. This is where it goes.
At least in Dawn of the Dead, we know exactly. In Dawn of the Dead, you know what happens to the characters after they get on that boat. You know, it's in the credits.
Oh yeah,
You see what happens. They're done. Yeah.
I don't know. They wasn't done after that.
I mean, they ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere.
Can I point out something that I don't know if you've watched this film lately and you can remember this, but do you recall? And I watched it recently, but when they got on that boat and they were showing the credits at the end and they were showing clips, did you see that motherfucker had a head?
Yeah.
Inside
What
of a
if that
cooler?
was the alien alpha head?
That was great. Wait, what was going on? Why did he have a head?
I don't know.
In his boat.
Doesn't
And
make
he
a
was
lot of
literally
sense.
talking about his boat was docked and away from the situation. He wasn't even involved in it. Why was there a head in his boat?
Do you think they're always saying America?
Is he a murderer?
Today, bro?
Like, there's so much
There are
different
people
shit tied to it.
I'm
He
pretty
might
sure
have
there
been
are.
like a Dexter murderer, you know?
Right? Okay, right? Okay, think about this. Think about this. You have an encampment on the island, right? You already killed a whole bunch of zombies, but you chopped off the head. The head's still moving. So what are you going to do? Hang the heads from trees so that way when people pass by, they're going to have to pass by really carefully so the zombies don't bite.
I mean, that's some Walking Dead shit right there.
I mean,
but,
that's it. I know.
you know, but I mean,
I'm zombie content.
but
still,
yeah,
bro, you know,
it just throws emphasis on how much better that film was. There's all these little,
it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
these little teeny little
Johnny
things
Cash?
that were in that film.
That soundtrack, baby. Come on
Yeah,
now.
Army of the Dead was trash, man. It was trash. I wish it was good because I thought about it for 2 years. I literally, once I heard about it, I saw the original, and I was like, oh, this is going to be dope. This is going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be the shit.
This is a great idea. They're doing a heist in Vegas.
I saw him in Guardians of the Galaxy. It's going to be fucking fire. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, wow.
It was the most disappointing movie of the year.
Like, seriously, I had to chew like 4 bottles of Blue Chew to get it up.
It was,
I definitely
Blue Chew.
like that.
it was bad.
It was freaking horrible. I was just like, come on, bro. Come on, give me some more, man. Like, I was left wanting. Not even wanting. It was just like, I got to taste it. It's like, you got to taste them and you're just like,
Yeah, and now they're doing the whole Army of the Dead universe on Netflix. They're gonna have an animated show. They're gonna have a prequel series, and
I bet you
they'll
do
lose a lot
a
of money.
better job with the
The animated show might be better. I mean, their animated shows are great.
I mean, because I watch it. Asinine
Big Mouth,
anime.
F is for Family. Like these shows are great.
DOTA. That's a fucking great one. Castlevania. That's another great one. Those are great anime.
I hope they do it justice and they throw a little explanation into the backstories of some of these characters and they do something
But
to
isn't that
make it better.
that's the most bullshit thing, though? You know, I mean, like, we have to wait for other shit to find out what the hell Army of the Dead was about. You know what I'm saying? We gotta wait until they make a universe around it. Like, it's such bullshit. You gotta make a good film first. You know what I'm
But
saying?
the thing is,
For $90 million, you
Yeah.
better make a damn good film.
You can, yeah, dude. Especially the runtime. Like,
Holy cow!
it's like, I'm going to sit here for 2 hours.
you can make
You
a
better
film-
show me some good shit.
If you can make a film for $26 million, if it be as good as that, you should have ran away with all that money, bro.
yeah, man.
Because you could have made a great film. What happened?
The first thing I fucking said that, right? I was like, what the fuck happened to you, Zack Snyder? What the fuck?
What
He used to
happened?
be able to do great shit with that kind of. Like, did you know 300 was made for about $60 million? 60.
Dude. That film was amazing.
Amazing.
And again, you had story and plot. This was like,
Yeah.
Well, so the thing though, but he had something to bungee off of. You know what I'm saying? He actually had a background story that was in itself already made.
Are you regarding this new zombie film, or are you talking about 300?
No, 300. He had a good story. He had a good storyline to go off of. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of making, aside from making him kingly.
Well, that's probably why Dawn of the Dead was good.
But still,
George A.
when
Romero.
it comes to a zombie flick,
I mean, you can write some zombie films.
Yes, original.
It's true. Yeah. I mean, hell, you look back at these George A. Romero movies from the 80s and 70s. These were phenomenal compared to this. You literally look at. I remember that scene where that damn zombie was held up in that container in that dude's basement. And then when that guy went down the stairs and saw that one red bloody zombie, and he was like, "Ooh," right? And he walked up the stairs. That was damn near scary as hell. This was a fucking joke. It was just like he said, it was like all the cutscenes out of a video game. Hell, the video game Resident Evil remakes, 2 and 3, it was 2 and 3, were better in their cutscenes than this one.
Yeah.
I
can actually get behind those characters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
I sure as hell get behind Jill all the time.
I was about to
say, you go get behind Claire and Jill. I know you would.
Yeah. I mean, Jill could get it all day, boy.
But I just noticed we totally forgot to mention the daughter character and how she killed everybody in the movie.
Was irrelevant. He snuck that to make a storyline, and it was trash.
And she got everybody killed. She got everybody died.
Oh my God, you're gonna die! I love you.
The whole film is the whole idea of this dude's character, Batista's character was, he runs away from all these fatherly moments, these intense moments. He runs away from all the drama, right? That was the whole idea of his character. And then at the end,
doesn't like him.
Changed and went after his daughter. Like,
what you gotta understand? You gotta understand the psychosis, though. He had to kill the woman he loved. The bitch turned into a zombie about ready to eat the damn daughter.
Yeah.
Are you serious, bro? That there's a permanent psychosis. I felt that, but at the same time, how in the hell did you understand that your mother was turning into a zombie and still hate the man? Would you rather your mother be a zombie and suffer and shamble and walk the earth?
I would rather
be put out of religion.
That's what I would have rather.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, bro. Like, nah, come on, man. I turned into a zombie, bro. Somebody, please murk my ass. Please.
Obviously, it wasn't
honestly, I think you and I probably could have made a better film.
I know, right?
Give us $90 million.
Yeah, give us fucking.
And let us make a zombie film. Yeah. I bet it would have been better.
Give us 500,000. I bet we can make a better one.
I bet absolutely. Yeah. Hell, I made a better short film with what?
Nothing.
$110. I say give us Party City. $110.
Give us 30,000.
3,000.
Set up. You can get 3 scouts,
a couple strippers, and we can make this.
Oh, good lord! If we're getting strippers, I need what's my man? Who do you play Freddy?
Hell, you know what? I'll hire Chris back and say, hey, bro, who cares? Bullshit. Come on,
Robert Englund.
Robert Englund. Well, that's a different story. He's a master of horror. That dude's dope, bro.
Besides
Freddy Krueger,
Freddy's my dude, but Pennywise is my king.
You know, though, the culture nowadays, the younger people, they're gonna think that this shit is amazing.
Because
they have no idea of what real filmmaking is, and this was rushed, and it was done with, even though it wasn't. I mean, hell, how long did he say? You know, like.
I don't know when they started making the film. I think they started making it in like 2020, right?
2019.
Right, like, bro. Come on. He focused more on the Zack Snyder cut.
Yeah.
Of that movie, or you know what I'm saying? Of that he did.
This movie felt more rushed than Power Rangers.
No, and that film's actually better.
I would much rather watch the Ninja Turtles than this.
Yeah. No, bro. See,
and that was
you can stick in that corner, but bro, my heart belongs to Saving. Saving Entertainment. Power Rangers, bro. I grew up on that though. And when they did that movie, that's where the look at. We'll leave that alone. Because bro, I got a lot of words with that. I got a lot of.
joining me. Thanks you guys for joining me.
But absolutely, Alex. I appreciate it, man. Allowing us to vent on this subject. This was just awful. This was awful.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I didn't go full Porter Jackson up in here, but you know.
I mean, I might actually consider in 5 to 10 years when he does release the information and go, yeah, you were right. This movie sucked. I'm going to go ahead and release a better cut. I might consider watching it at that point. But I am not going to watch this film again. One time, I barely watched the whole thing. Like I said, TikTok was more entertaining at the time.
I had to watch it twice. Honestly, I had to watch it twice.
I couldn't do it.
Just to understand what the fuck was happening in the movie.
I'd rather watch the trailer. The trailer was more entertaining.
I just wanted more understanding. Plus, but like I said before, the whole time loop thing, confusing hell. As soon as he said that took me out of the movie.
Oh yeah, can you talk about that opening title sequence for Army of the Dead real quick? The guy parachuting down into the pile of zombies. What the fuck was he thinking? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck?
And he's trying to shoot each one like, oh, I'm going to kill every single one of them.
Yeah, like that was going to happen.
How do you have any fun? Get on top of a building or something, bro.
You know what, though? Best scene of the movie, next to the very end, was when the chick was blowing him and they blew up in the fucking accident.
Classic.
Yeah,
Classic.
Classic.
Was good. That was good.
That was actually very good.
Disappointing film, though.
And then they're like, oh,
all right, brother, appreciate it.
Get out of there. Run away from the zombies. And then they run like 10 feet away from it. And they're like, all right, I think we got far enough.
Like, bro, really?
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you live in America. You watch zombie movies. You know what the fuck to do.
Yeah. Why did they stop running?
None of it made sense.
Stop running.
It was stupid.
Why didn't they get back in the truck?
I know, right? They could have drove away.
That was one of the trucks that exploded. Why not drive away?
There was no air support on the convoy.
Yeah.
They didn't get back in the unknown. Are you what? I'm lost. I'm already lost. I'm done. I'm done.
You make a good point. It was stupid. It was stupid.
Guys.
All right, man. I appreciate it. That was fun. Good stuff. We gotta do this again.
Peace out, everybody. See you later.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Holy Jesus.